is a video.
Oh no.
Hi! It's Alirien, and it is day 3 of our Walt Disney World trip, and today we are heading to Hollywood Studios. We've allowed ourselves to have a later start and take our time a bit more to get ready today, because our only time crunch is our lunch reservation at 12:25 for Woody's Roundup Barbecue, whatever. The new Toy Story barbecue place that's at Hollywood Studios. So I'm just waiting for Chris to finish getting ready, but I'm certainly in no rush. And we're gonna drive ourselves to the park just so that we have a bit more say in how long it takes us to get to and from. Because yesterday we were getting a little frustrated. Almost every single time we walked to the dock for the ferry or to the bus stop here in Fort Wilderness for the internal buses. As we were walking up, the vehicle we needed was leaving. So we had to sit there and wait for 10-15 minutes for the next one to come by. Driving ourselves means that we don't have to deal with that factor today, especially because the only complimentary way we would get over to Hollywood Studios effectively would be by bus anyway, and the bus system is not the greatest. It's not my favorite. I kind of wish there are 15 different complimentary options. Okay, there's 3 complimentary options to get over to Magic Kingdom. EPCOT is also better. You also have 3 options. Hollywood Studios, you've got 2. Animal Kingdom has 1. I don't know, I wish there was expansion of some of the options other than the bus system, because the bus system gets so difficult to deal with very quickly because of the sheer amount of people that end up having to rely on the buses because they have no other option. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I am ready. He's nearly ready, so we will be packing up and heading over in a little bit. We're gonna prioritize Rock and Roller Coaster because that is our favorite one. We may not get to do Slinky Dog because I just checked the tip board and it's currently temporarily closed, which I kind of wish they had a reasoning to give you as to why it was temporarily closed and would work a little harder to give estimates, because the whole Tron thing is still bugging me from yesterday, but whatever. So Rock and Roller Coaster and Midway Mania at the very least will be happening today, as well as our lunch. We'll walk around and take in the lands and the shops, but unfortunately I think Hollywood Studios has kind of become a half-day park for us, so if we get up the gumption, we may duck over to the Disney Boardwalk, because I've never been to the Boardwalk, and it's very close to Hollywood Studios, so we may take advantage of that proximity for part of the day, and then we'll go back in the evening to catch Fantasmic, which I need to double check. I think there are 2 showtimes. My phone's over there, so I'll worry about it later. But I figured I would show y'all our cabin at least for a little bit, because I never got a chance to do that yesterday or the day before. There's our car and the loop that runs around everybody else's cabins. You come up this way. There's a little picnic table, and that door goes directly to our bedroom. Oh, it does have I think it has a sensor. So we can come out through that door. I don't know if we can get back in through it, because I presume it automatically locks, but this is the main door. So a nice little patio. And we'll come back in, because I didn't realize there was a leaf blower. But there's the bedroom down there, and the bathroom. There's the double bed, and there's a bunk bed in there as well, and plenty of storage. I'm not gonna go in there because he's getting dressed. There's some hooks right here, which is very convenient. Little dinette kitchen area that's just littered with pin debris because we've already gone ham on the pins. I love this painting of the old Fort Wilderness Railroad that used to run through the area. Little kitchen area, couch, which this pulls out into a bed if you need it. They can sleep 6 people in this place. Nice little chair. There's an extra blanket there for the cot, the TV and entertainment center. And there is a second TV in the bedroom. There's this very sweet little painting of Bambi and Thumper, which I think is fantastic. Here's the little bathroom, which is covered in makeup and stuff. I've got the mounted stuff on the wall in the shower now. I really like it. It's quaint. It feels a bit more private than your typical resort or hotel rooms. And it means that, the 2 of us have, honestly, we've got more space here than we have in some of the normal resort rooms, I think. Especially since it's just the 2 of us. So, but I'm gonna let him finish getting ready, and then we will head to the park.
I didn't actually directly speak to the camera since this morning. We went on Star Tours first when we got here, which is fun. It was only like a 20-minute wait, so we went ahead and jumped on, and it's been low wait pretty much all day. We've also we walked around, we saw the Green Army Drum Corps in Toy Story Land, which was super fun. Very short, it was like a 10-minute little show, but it was very, very fun. Went and had lunch at Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, and we have several thoughts about it. It was good food, and the ambience was fantastic. The server we had was wonderful. She and one of her friends both really liked my handcuff bracelet, which was funny. We had to freeze because of Andy like 2 or 3 times while we were eating. The issue is that the style of the service provides you way too much food if you're in a party of only 2 people, because you get a platter of biscuits, plus the whole platter of meat, plus 4 sides, and all 3 of the salads, a drink per person, and a dessert per person. Basically all sitting on the table at once. And that's it. That's how the whole thing is set up. If you have 3, 4, or 5 people, especially if they're all adults, you could finish that off. But a family of 4 with kids might not finish everything, especially if the kids are picky eaters. If you have only 2 of us, and especially us 2, with Chris not eating that much in one sitting to begin with, you're kind of wasting food. And I learned this today, apparently a family-style restaurant here at Disney means you don't get to-go boxes for the stuff you don't eat either. You're essentially getting a blend of a buffet and a prefix, where you're paying a set price per person, and it's all you care to enjoy of the food that is brought to your table. And what you eat, and what you don't gets tossed, which really sucks, because 2 out of those 3 salads went completely untouched. I barely touched the beans, because personally I didn't really like the flavor of the baked beans. The pickles were okay. The mac and cheese is fantastic. Mac and cheese was fantastic. The tots were great. I would have eaten more of those had I had room. And the desserts were good, because the desserts were tiny, which compensates for how big the main meal is. But I think it would benefit from switching over either to a full buffet, where people can help themselves to however much they think they're gonna eat of what they know they're gonna eat, or a true prefix style meal, where each person at the table gets 1 appetizer or salad, 1 entree, 1 side, and 1 dessert, because then more people are going to be able to realistically pace themselves. It's good food, and it's a good amount of food for the price that you pay, but if they're not going to resituate the family style offering to accommodate smaller parties that are probably never going to finish that food, they're throwing away their own money wasting all of that food. And more and more people are going to be turned away from that place very quickly. Also, this is just a general PSA, I would highly recommend going for dinner and not lunch, because it's a lot of food and it's barbecue, so it's heavy food, and I have felt a bit more sluggish since leaving the restaurant than I was before we went to lunch. Now, it is also more humid today than it was yesterday. It's been pretty consistently cloudy and overcast because there's rain coming in the next few days, so that's not helping. But anyway, went to lunch. We walked through the One Man's Dream exhibit, but we didn't stay for the little show because it was freezing in that building. We were able to go on Toy Story Mania because it was only 30, like the tip board said 50 minutes, and I was like, okay, that's fairly reasonable. We got over there and it was a 35-minute wait. Like, hey, that's even better. I started out in the lead, and then Chris kicked my ass and came back and beat me with 10,000 more points. But it was a lot of fun. And you know what? I'm glad that he won, because I beat him at Buzz Lightyear yesterday. So we've leveled it out. He's giving me a look. We've just been walking around and shopping for a bit. We would love to do Rock and Roller Coaster. I think we're gonna hopefully come back and get on it during the first Fantasmic show. I think that might be our best bet for a very low wait time. But we are... Oh, we also did the Muppet Vision 3D, which is always a fun show. The child next to us fell asleep. Chris is having another beer. I forgot to mention that the first thing we actually did was go sit at Baseline Tap Room. So he had a beer and we split a pretzel. He has another beer, and we are taking our time to sit down because my feet hurt. But after this, we're probably gonna duck out and head over to the Boardwalk for a little bit, because it is It's 4:26 now, and the Fantasmic show isn't until 8 for the first showing, so we would have a few hours. I'm gonna aim to get us there for the second show at 9:30 because I think that will have fewer people watching. That's been our day so far, and that's our current plan. So we're gonna sit and enjoy some nice old 1940s jazz and a seat under a nice big parasol, and probably just chuckle at silly people walking past that we happen to spot. Back at Hollywood Studios. We left to go to the Boardwalk for a little bit, as you will have seen some panning shots of, and went and had dinner at Big River Brewing Company. They are a brewery, so they make all their own beers. Chris had their house IPA, and it was good. I actually liked it, and I'm not normally an IPA person. We split the mac and chicken and got like a side of their white cheddar mashed potatoes, and it was all so good. That was honestly one of the first times I've almost seen Chris clean a plate. It was very, very good food. But we're back. It's much cooler. The rain has passed, and it's beautiful out here. Rock and Roller Coaster has a very short wait, so we're gonna go try to get in line and ride that before we go to the second showing of Fantasmic at 9:30. We're gonna head down Sunset Boulevard.
Hi, salads me. Listen, I'm gonna need a bigger car. In fact, make it a super stretch.
I thought I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why
Mission accomplished. The wait that was 50 minutes was closer to like 30 tops. It was so much fun. So now it is 9 now, so we are gonna go over toward Fantasmic and wait for the show. And this will be both of our first times seeing it, so I'm very excited.
So we ended up not seeing Fantasmic. 10 minutes before the show was going to start, it started raining, and we were not prepared for rain today. We got soaked and started leaving. Rain slackened up, and we thought, okay, maybe we can go back. It started raining again, so we stuck it out for a couple more minutes trying to figure out what to do. Chris realized that he was missing his wallet. So we retraced our steps, went back to the car, checked the whole thing, went back in the park, went to the last store. We knew we had it. They directed us to guest services. Guest services had it. So the wallet's been found. But unfortunately, by the time we found it, it was already like several minutes into the Fantasmic show. So we were definitely due to come back to the resort. But everything worked out in the end. We missed Fantasmic, which was unfortunately like the main thing I had set out to do today. But I found a 4K video of it on YouTube that we're gonna watch in a little bit. But we got a bunch of like mystery pin things. So we're gonna open them real quick before we watch that and go to bed. We have 2 of these kite ones, and there are 2 pins in each box. I'm still trying to figure out what a couple of these are. Like, that one's probably Robin Hood.
Yeah.
That's Jessie.
I assume.
I have to presume that's Alice.
That's either Alice.
Stitch, Mickey.
Pinocchio.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Because that's his tie.
Right.
That might be Captain Marvel.
The moon is throwing me off. If we figure out who the other 2 are, we'll let y'all know. But if anybody places them before we do, let us know. These 2. So we have 2 of those boxes. We have a villains pack, which actually contains 5 random pins. They're all Mickey ear shapes with designs for all the villains. It took us a second to recognize the Mother Gothel one, but we're pretty sure that's Mother Gothel. And then we have these little sleepy guys, which are adorable. And again, there's 5 pins in there. I'm upset though, because the villains one doesn't have a pull notch anywhere, so we're gonna have to like figure out how to tear that open. I guess let's start with the boxes. That one's pull notch is above the seam. Hey,
the Robin Hood.
That's Robin Hood. I guess it could technically also be Peter, but I choose to believe that that is Robin Hood because the colors are darker. And there's Alice. Cute, cute, cute. I like that a lot. There's two of them. You know, it makes me a little upset though that they didn't put in a Mary Poppins kite.
I mean, you don't know that there isn't one. Not necessarily all of them on the thing.
I suppose. Maybe they'll do another series of them, but like one of these should be Mary Poppins.
Gotta be smarter than the bag, Chris.
There's Pinocchio. And one of the ones we're not sure.
Mystery pin number 2.
I don't think it's Captain Marvel
I mean, no, neither do I.
or Captain America.
No, it's definitely not Captain America.
I think these are all Disney characters, like Disney and Pixar. So we have just learned that that is not Jessie, that is in fact Pongo, that is Sorcerer Mickey, and that is Dumbo. Alright, mystery solved.
And apparently this is supposed to be Pan.
I figured. So that is supposed to be Peter Pan, and then this is Sorcerer Mickey.
That's neat.
That's cool. Alright, now for the little pouches. Let's do the Sweet Dreams one first because I forgot to pull a notch, so it'll open really easy. Whee! Aww. Lady. I'm definitely gonna give that one to Mom. Sleepy Dumbo. The Rescuers. And the little sardine tin. We have Lady and Tramp. That's so cute. Oh, Sleepy Simba. Simba's about to make me cry. So there's also Marie, Lucifer, Flower. Figaro is adorable. That's Alice's cat, I think. Bambi, Pluto. Owl would have been so cute. Pongo with one of the... Where's that? Perdita.
It's a damn Dalmatian with a
I
puppy.
think the collar's blue, so I think that's Perdita with one of the puppies. And Baloo. I was naming off the ones that we didn't have. Oh, and Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear's on there. Those are so cute. And lastly, villains.
Prince John.
We've got Prince John, Mother Gothel, Dr. Facilier, Ursula, and the Evil Queen.
I love the Prince John.
Yeah. I'm so glad that like some of these ones that have kind of faded out of popularity are coming back into because like 2 years ago when we came, we would not have found anything with Robin Hood or Sword in the Stone or I tried to get a picture of him of this one at the Sword in the Stone yesterday, but it was too dark by the time we went over there, so he was horrendously backlit by the carousel, and I was so upset. I really like these two. Even though I know that's supposed to be Peter Pan. Like, I like Peter Pan. Peter Pan or Robin Hood. That one's really cool. And the Sorcerer Mickey one is really neat. Yeah, I realize now that's the hat.
Yeah, I can see it.
And then the robe and the belt.
It all makes sense, obviously.
I love Lady and Simba.
Simba's my favorite of those.
Yeah.
Sorcerer Mickey's my favorite of those.
I'm not sure on the villains. I know you like Prince John.
I would assume that one for you. If I didn't know who that was for, that would be one of my favorites.
I understand. I think it's either Evil Queen or Dr. Facilier of these.
Maybe the one's pretty cool.
Because Facilier is really cool. I love his hat. Yay.
That's the long and short of today. Like I said, we're gonna maybe try to watch this run of Fantasmic and go to bed. I'm gonna double check the hours for tomorrow and figure out what time to get up. But we are going to EPCOT tomorrow because as of 24 minutes ago, it's somebody's birthday! He goes, no, it's not. So we're going to EPCOT because it's both of our favorite parks. And we're gonna have fun at the Food and Wine Festival and go to dinner at Le Cellier and just have a really, really good time in spite of the rain that we knew was going to happen tomorrow. So it will be very wet, but we will be very happy. With that, I will give you all a good night. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, you know where all of the buttons and the links are at this point, I would hope. If you'd like to see more content like this, I have playlists linked in the cards and below for this Disney trip, as well as all of my travel videos. I want to give a huge thankful shout out to my coven of patrons who continue to be most pivotal in helping this content be bigger and better every time. And if you would like to join their ranks, the link is below in the link tree, and pledges start at only $1 a month. Stay tuned for our day at EPCOT tomorrow, which will probably be in 2 to 5 days for you, depending what day this got posted. And I will see you all again very soon. Keep in mind, my loves. Mwah! Night night.